Objective E, non-cannon.
Hey guys, my name is Regnum Dai, aka C for Corruption on PSN. I again would just like to welcome all new players who recently joined DUST514. In my last episode, I briefly discussed about the basic gun-on-gun gameplay and gave some tips to new players, such as map control, strafe, and hipfire. However, in today's episodes, I'm going to move away from the gun action, talk more about the different roles in Dust. I'm also going to talk about the rock, paper, scissors counter system, how it is also present in Dust. This episode is definitely going to focus more on the RPG and MMO elements of Dust and less on the FPS. Now, I know different roles and classes are not the most exciting topics, but I personally believe new players need to know their roles. Firstly, to be more effective on the battlefield, but more importantly, to actually have fun while playing Dust. However, before we even talk about roles and counters, let me first just explain what gameplay you're seeing. If you've never played Dust before, or if you've only played Ambush, then what you're seeing right now is Scrimmage. Scrimmage is unique from Ambush for a couple of reasons. One, you're going to see a lot more vehicle play. You're going to see a lot more tanks providing infantry support, LMVs for quick transportation, and dropships for aerial support. You're also going to see a lot more support players. More players providing ammo and healing you in those tough situations. In general, you're just going to see a lot more teamwork than your typical Ambush game. A couple tips for new players wanting to try out Scrimmage. First one being, make sure you run with a full squad. It's easier to take objective with 4 people than with 1. The second tip is, and it builds upon the first, have specialized roles in your 4-man squad. For example, it can be very beneficial having either an anti-vehicle player or a support player when playing Scrimmage. The last tip is, know your role before even going to battle. Make a mental outline of what you want to do and achieve before even pushing start. Scrimmage can be a very fun game mode, but only when squads and roles are utilized correctly. Now to the roles of Dust, the roles in Dust. As of right now, there are 4 different roles: Slayer, Support, AV, and Vehicle. Now the Slayer role should actually be called the Assault role, but I just thought Slayer sounded so much cooler. Slayer has 4 goals, first one being to kill effectively. This allows to open up pathways to the objective. You must also target AV players and eliminate them, especially when a friendly tank is on the field. The third thing you need to do is defend friendly support and AV players. Support gives you that needed edge when killing, and AV protects you from enemy vehicles. Lastly, you need to play objective, especially on Scrimmage. Those hacks you get are the difference between winning and losing. The second role is Support, and Support by far has the most objectives. They provide ammo, heal teammates, create safe spawns, and pick up the dead. Furthermore, they are also responsible for hacking objectives, and they contribute to getting kills. The third role I like to talk about is the AV role. Please know AV is short for anti-vehicle. It's pretty simplistic. AV's one only objective is to hunt down other vehicles or vehicles on the field. The last role I like to talk about is the vehicle role. Now these bad boys are a bit tricky because they're based on what you spec into them depends on your vehicle role on the battlefield. For example, there are 3 different types of vehicle roles: Support, Anti-Armor, and Anti-Infantry. Please note that when I say anti-armor, I don't mean the armor class of vehicles, but the vehicle class in general. Because of my basic knowledge of vehicles, I'm gonna skip support vehicles for today and let an expert explain them to you in the future. Your anti-armor role is quite simple. Like the AV, it has one job, and that's to kill vehicles. Now, the anti-infantry vehicles are a bit more complex. Their first job is to be a mass slaying device. They're definitely a dominating killing force on the battlefield. However, their one downfall is the vehicle is unable to cap objectives. Therefore, their second objective is to provide passive objective for infantry to hack. Now, I just like new players to note that there's a misconception that what you spec into for your drop suit defines your role on the battlefield, and this is a misconception. For example, a scout suit and an assault suit can both be either an AV player, a support player, or even a slayer. The things suits can do is augment your chosen role in DUST514. For instance, the lizard suit is a great suit for support, and the heavy is a great suit for the AV role. I will explain the combinations of suit plus roles in later episodes. Another major topic in which I want to talk about is a rock, paper, scissors counter system that is present in DUST514. Now, a lot of MMO vets should know about this, maybe some FPS. It basically depends on your gaming history. Basically, every role in Dust has either a specific counter or as a counter to a specific role. Now, how I can explain this in Dust terms is Slayers beat anti-vehicle, anti-vehicle beat vehicles, and vehicles beat Slayers. Now, the best way you can see this is in scrimmage. There'll be a dominating tank on the force. You'll see much of your team switch to AV to take out the tank, and then you'll see much of your team switch to Slayer to take out the AV. What you have going on right now is some counterplay. Now, some of you guys are wondering what about the support role, and where does it fit in? And this is where things get actually interesting. Basically, when a support role combines itself with another role, it augments it in two ways. One, the role becomes more resistant to its natural counter, and the role becomes more effective counter. The Forge Gun is a prime example when combined with a support role. Ammo given by support to the heavy Forge Gun makes it more effective because it has more ammo. Furthermore, reps given by the support player to the heavy make it more resistant to incoming fire by Slayers. The use of roles and counters is really cool because it allows for a gameplay development, and as I said, it allows for counterplay development. A couple tips for counterplay. A combination I like to use when playing scrimmage is combining the Slayer role and the vehicle role together in one squad. Vehicles focus on the infantry players, such as Slayers and support, while Slayers focus on the anti-vehicle. What you have is you basically destroy almost all the opponents on the field, allowing for easy and quick hacks. Guys, I just want you guys to understand that these are really basic counters and basic roles. It gets very complex very fast, such as hybrid roles and subclasses for each role. Furthermore, these are my names for the roles. Some people might disagree with my names, or even the roles I've chosen. It's all open to debate, and please feel free to criticize what I've been saying. Lastly, there's definitely going to be more. I'm lastly going to definitely focus more on each individual role in future episodes, and definitely expand on each role. This covers the major stuff, so if you hate my voice and you're only here for the quick tips, now is the perfect time to mute me and watch the gameplay. However, to the rest of you guys, I'm briefly going to talk about the future of my channel. I just recently joined the DUST514.org team to help make tutorial videos for new players. It's a really great fan site, so please guys go check it out for all the tips and goodies. The upcoming weeks to come, you're going to see a lot of new tutorial videos, from skill specking to suit fitting, basic chat to squad commands, and so much more. Basically, there's going to be a tutorial video for everything a new player needs. The last thing I'd like to bring up about my channel is I plan to make a more community-directed channel. So basically what I want to have happen is I want to have players help me build a character. They're going to basically vote for what role you want me to do, what weapon you want me to use, and what suit. This is going to allow us to, see the progression of a character in Dust over the months and see how they, how they're affected by the role and how they change over time. I'm definitely going to have a polling system up soon to allow for votes for this upcoming event. So please stay tuned for more details. Let me just add that please check out the Dust forums. Give your feedback and make the game better. Try not to troll. Definitely, this is the worst, coming from the worst guy to say this. Other than that, have a great day and enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Reglan Die, C for Corruption on the PSN. Going out.
Hacked. Virus upload in progress. Objective. Hostile MCC damage 50%. Objective A hacked. Virus upload in progress. Mission accomplished. Hostiles eliminated.